Hey guys, welcome to stream. Let me get set up. Mainly getting the link. Before we get started, today's game is going to be an M-rated game. So, it's going to be a lot, or it's going to be somewhat different from what I usually do. Another word of warning is this is a visual novel. And I've mainly been playing RPGs. So if visual novels turn you guys off, I suggest you leave. Although the series is more similar to Ace Attorney than visual novels that I'm familiar with. Alright. Copy the link. Alright. Now time to get the link out. And then I can start up momentarily, though I should definitely get a drink before I get going. Alright. Need all the space I can do. Okay. Alright. So got my message and links, so do that. Alright. Now to do this. And I can deal with that later. 2 more places. Alright, that covers that. Now I'm gonna go get a drink and then load up the game. So it's gonna be a bit longer. Alright, got my drink, so now time to start up the game. And then I'll switch on over. Let's see, make sure, yep, it is. And here we are. So as I said earlier, this is a VN, which means that there's going to be a lot of reading involved, but this should be closer to Ace Attorney than other VNs that I'm used to. I'm not completely new to this series. Let's see. All names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents in this game are fictitious. So typical disclaimer.
日差しも暖かく、思わず伸びや深呼吸をしたくなってしまうような気持ちのいい朝。
It was a nice day, the kind of day where you want to take a deep breath and savor the moment.
先生、おはようございます。
Good morning, Mr. Itsugi.
僕は自分の仕事場である宇津木探偵事務所の扉を開けた。
I'm ready for my workday at the Itsugi agency.
いや、おはよう。
Ah, good morning. So he's still here, huh? Interesting.
今朝はいい天気ですね。あ、そうだ。せっかくなので掃除でもしましょうか。
Good morning. Nice weather, isn't it? Maybe we should tidy up, open a window?
先生からいいねという反応をもらい、窓を開けたその時。
He didn't object, so I went to open the window. That's when.
はい、宇津木探偵事務所です。
Itsugi Detective Agency, Itsuki speaking. How can I help you?
はい。はい、わかりました。今から向かいます。
Not what I wanted to see here. Hold on, guys, since I'm the only one here right now. I just need to make sure that this one was taken care of. Alright. Good. That was taken care of. Alright. Is that right? I understand. I'll be right there.
先生、何かあったんですか？
What's going on? Who was that?
カマさんから応援の依頼が入ったんだ。ちょうどいい。君も一緒に行こう。
That was Kamada requesting our services. I'm heading to the scene and you're coming with me.
鎌田警部から。わかりました。
Inspector Kamada called us. Yes, sir. Prologue, a face. Mr. Itsugi drove us to a drainage pump station and I'm not comfortable with that. But thanks for the follow. Let's see. Mr. Itsuki drove us to a drainage pump station in Kofuku City.
宇津木探偵事務所の方ですね。ご苦労様です。
You're from the Itsuki Detective Agency, right? Glad you can make it.
お疲れ様です。
Of course. Okay. Let's see here. So, we haven't gotten anything. But let's be sure to save. Alright. Okay. So we haven't heard anything yet except for him greeting us. So it's best to do this first.
何があったんですか？
ここで遺体が見つかったんだ。今朝、匿名の通報があったんだよ。
It's a body, I'm afraid. Got an on. That doesn't give me much to go on, so let's do it again. Making sure that he doesn't do that.
男子中学生の遺体だったんだ。子供が被害に遭う事件は。
The victim was young. I'd say middle school. You never get used to this kind of thing. So, all these are important, so we'll go button them one by one.
絞殺による窒息死だ。
Let's see, the victim was strangled. Time of death?
夕べの9時頃だと考えられているんだ。
Our best guess right now is around 9 o'clock last night. Okay. Let's see, observations.
気づいたことね。何かあったかな。
Our observations so far? Let me think about that. Let's see, ask him about observations again.
気づいたことね。
Okay, so he just said the same thing. I still don't think that's enough to make us go think, but let's try that.
先生はどこだ？
See, where's Mr. Itsugi? I could use some help with this guy. Alright. Call and engage Mr. Itsugi.
先生は向こうで警察の人と話している。
Mr. Itsugi is over there talking to the police. Let's just listen to what people have to say for now. Okay. Let's try this because we know everything
気
else.
づいたことね。何かあったかな。
Still the same thing.
先生は他の警官と話している。邪魔しないでおこう。
Let's see, Mr. Itsugi is talking to another officer. Let's not interrupt him. And we'll try
と
thinking
にかく
again.
話を聞こう。
Let's listen for now, even though... Let's try out the victim here.
着ていた制服から地元の中学生だと見ているんだが、身
Okay,
元は
he's
現在
wearing a
紹介中
school
だよ。
uniform, local junior high. Beyond that, we don't have a confirmed ID yet. Okay, so Mel. More
気づい
observations.
たことね。何かあったかな。
Still the same thing. So let's see if we can find out more about the victim.
詳細がわかるにはもう少し時間がかかるよ。
That's all we've got for now. Forensics is on it. Okay. So let's think.
話を聞こ
Okay, nothing there.
う。先生は他の警官と話している。
Okay. So same thing there. Let's see, we know that's strangulation, so asphyxiation, but let's see if we know of anything else.
紐状のもので首を絞められたようだね。
Let's see. The victim could have been strangled with rope or a cord, some kind of string.
被害者について話せるのはこれくらいかな。あのことを話していない。
I'm sorry, but that's all the info I have about that. Oh, but there was another observation. Okay. Observations
あのこと
then.
って何なんですか？
Oh, what is it?
実は発見された時、被害者は異様な様子だったんだよ。
Well, it's not every day you find a body, let alone one that looks like this.
異様な様子。
Like what?
最初に見た時は正直ぎょっとしたよ。あんなお客さんを見たのは初めてだからな。
I get chills just thinking about it. Never seen anything like it before. So,
君もあの被害者を見たらきっと驚くよ。
I don't think I can describe it. You might just have to see for yourself. Alright. Let's see. So, all three of these seem to be important, but victim is
その被害者の遺体を
the
見せて
one.
もらえないでしょうか？
Will you take me to see the victim?
それはどうだろうか。
I shouldn't have said anything.
でとはいえ、一般人に被害者を見せるのは不適切だとか。
Do you have the right... No. Do you have the right kind of clearance for that? I might need to check with someone. Okay.
でもまあ君ならいいんじゃないかな。今回が初めてってわけでもないし。
On the other hand, I hate to bug them. You've done this before, right? Yep, we have.
いいんですか？ありがとうございます。
You're letting me? Thanks, I appreciate your help.
今回はちょっと見るだけにしておいてくれよ。
Just like that.
そこを離れなさい。
Hey, what are you doing? Huh?
やじ馬を止めもしないで。どうなってるのこの現場は。
This is an active crime scene, officer. Your job is to keep the looky-loos out.
あ、久世刑事、お疲れ様です。実はこの少年は。
No, you don't understand, Detective Kuze. This guy is supposed to be here.
自分でご挨拶します。
I'll explain. Oh, I'll explain. My name's...
待って、そっちで話しましょう。
Hold that thought. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
で、誰なのあなた。
Alright, what did you say your name was? Let's see. Do you know? Okay. Please enter your last name. Yes.
僕、物議探偵事務所の者です。
My name's Tomaso. I'm here with the Tsugi Detective Agency.
探偵？
Wait, you're a PI?
その探偵が一体何のようなの？
Who hired you? Well, let's see. What are my options
聞いてる
here?
の？質問に答えてくれる？
Okay, sorry, you're not getting out of this that easy. Answer the question. Okay, so think it was this one. So,
こっちが聞いてるの。質問に答えなさい。
it sounds like you're about to ask me a question, but you still haven't answered mine. Think.
刑事さん、ずいぶんピリピリしているけど、
This detective seems pretty tense.
僕が出しゃばってるのが気に入らないみたいだな。
I get the sense she's not happy about us being called in. Let's see. Does this do anything now?
聞いてるの？質問に答えてくれる？
Okay, so she still says the same thing. Well, this one's already frustrating here.
刑事さん、ずいぶんピリピリしているけど。
She's so tense. I bet if I look too closely, I could see the stress on her face. So that's it. And this is part of it. We're just gonna try it.
女性刑事だ。敏腕刑事というイメージだな。
This must be Detective Kuze. Seems like she takes crime scene security pretty seriously. Wow.
クゼ君、ご苦労様。
Kuze, I see you've already met our friend here.
鎌田警部、お邪魔しています。
Oh, Inspector Kamada, good to see you.
彼はわしが呼んだんじゃ。あ、それから。
You don't mind a little outside help on this one, do you?
こちらは私立探偵の宇津木さんじゃ。彼は宇津木さんの助手なんじゃよ。
This is Mr. Itsugi, a private detective, and this is his assistant Tomaso. But sir,
宇津木さんとは古い付き合いでな、ちょっと思うところがあって来てもらったもんじゃな。
Itsuki and I go way back, don't we? It's just a shame we're reconnecting over such unpleasant business.
はじめまして、宇津木です。お仕事の邪魔をして申し訳ありません。
It's a pleasure to meet you, Detective Kuze. I'm sorry to interrupt your good work here.
どうもクゼです。
That's okay, it's nice to meet you too.
失礼ですが、どこかでお目にかかりませんでしたか？
You know, it's the strangest thing, but I feel like we've met before.
いえ、私立探偵に知り合いはおりません。
I don't think so. I haven't worked with any PIs before.
鎌田警部、私は現場に戻ります。失礼します。
In any case, I need to get back to the scene, Inspector Kamada, if you would excuse me. Sheesh. Alright. Okay, so we do that. We've asked a lot about the victim. But I couldn't help to ask again, so we're gonna ask all three of these.
まだ中学生か。かわいそうにな。
The poor kid was just in middle school, you hate to see it. Okay, nothing new there.
驚いたじゃろ。
She's surprisingly strict, no. But don't take it personally so.
クゼ君は優秀なのじゃが、少し真面目すぎる。というか、
Kuze is the best
した
we've...
友に対して厳しいところがあっての。
Kuze is the best we've got, but she can be hard on the others herself, too.
申し訳ない。
On
気を
others,
悪くせんで
okay.
くれ。
I hope she didn't rub you the wrong way, kid.
いえ、僕なら大丈夫です。
No, sir, this is a tough situation, I get it.
神、あんた今何時だと思ってるのよ。
Kami, you're late.
ありゃりゃ、また始まったか。
What's that? Ugh, here we go again. Okay, so... We're asking about observations now.
また始まったって何のことでしょうか。
Sir, what did you mean when you said here we go again?
あれじゃ。
I meant what I said.
すみません先輩、昨日ちょっと用事で遅くなって。
Sorry I'm late, partner. The traffic was bad and I forgot my briefcase, so I had to go back and...
言い訳はいいの。どうせまた飲みすぎたとかなんでしょ。
Have you been
大体あんたはい
drinking?
つも
You might be able to pull this with another partner, but not me.
勘弁してくださいよ先輩。
Come on, give me a break.
やれやれ。
Ugh, what a mess.
クゼ刑事が男の刑事を怒ってる。すごい剣幕だ。
Yeesh, see, he's really ripping into him. Alright, so... I did that. But I don't think that observation was important for anything. At least yet.
いつものことなんじゃ。気にせんで。
Sorry about that, kid. Nothing to do with you.
あの男の刑事さん、なんだかかわいそう。
I'm feeling a bit sorry for the other detective. Okay. Let's keep on asking.
しかし、今日のクゼ君はやけに厳しいの。不機嫌なんじゃろか。
It's not Kuze's fault, but she sure does seem off today. Tread lightly. Okay. Still nothing to think about or anything. Okay, so we didn't have anything to say. Let's try and think.
そういえば、さっきの警官、被害者の様子が異様だったと言っていたな。
Didn't the first officer I spoke to say the victim looked strange? Now I think I've gotta ask, because that's the most important thing. Observations. Okay. So that one didn't work. Ask about victim.
被害者は発見された時異様な様子だったと聞いたのですが。
Well, I heard that the state of this victim is slightly disturbing.
ああ、その通りじゃ。だから宇津木さんに来てもらったんじゃよ。
You could say that. That's part of the reason I've called Mr. Utsugi.
どういうことなんだろう。
Huh? What would that have to do with Mr. Utsugi?
どんな様子か気になるじゃろ。君にも見せてやりたいところなのじゃが。
Anyway, I'm sure you'd like to get your eyes on him and I'd take you right over, but...
仏さんはついさっき移送されてここにはもうないのじゃよ。
I'm afraid that forensics is examining the body right now. It's been transferred.
もっとも君が調べるのはクゼ君が許さんじゃろうな。
And well, I'm not sure Detective Kuze would allow you to get a look.
常識的に考えれば彼女が正しいわの。
Good old Kuze following police procedures to a T.
確かにそうですよね。
でもまあこれくらいは構わんじゃろう。
But look, here's what I could share with you.
これが発見された時の仏さんの姿なんじゃ。
This is how he looked when we found him. Okay, so definitely makes sense that he was strangled like that. Oh?
とりあえず我々は引き上げよう。
Let's wrap this up for now. You good with that, Toma?
はい、先生。
Yeah, I mean, yes, sir, Mr. Utsugi.
こちらから声をかけといて、君や宇津木さんに申し訳ないことをしたの。
I'm sorry you had to come all this way.
いいえ。ではまた後ほど。
It's quite alright. Let's be in touch. Okay. The way that they're doing it does make it ominous. You look sad. But you don't have to cry anymore. Okay. It's gonna be tough for me to read these autoplays, so... You're gonna have to deal with it. Chapter 1, The Urban Legend. Itsugi Detective Agency.
あの被害者の様子、驚いただろ?
Wasn't easy to look at the victim.
かなり奇妙な姿でしたね。
It never is, but yeah. I've been doing things series and all. I had to look up. Now I'm more willing to try out everything. So. Want to see what his opinion is.
被害者は佐々木英介、15歳の男子。地元の公立中学の3年生だ。
We got a few more details. The victim's name was Eisuke Sasaki. He was just 15, still in middle school.
死因は首を絞められたことによる窒息死。
As you heard, the official cause of death was asphyxiation by
警
strangulation.
察は他殺と見ているよ。
The police suspect
被
homicide.
害者には目立った外傷などはなかったようだ。顔見知りの犯行か、あるいは不意をつかれたか。
There were no signs of a struggle, which points to a surprise attack or someone the victim knew.
あくまで現時点での推測だがね。
That's just me speculating, though.
しかし何より気になるのが死亡した彼のあの姿だ。
In any case, what I'm most concerned about at this point is that paper bag.
はい。先生は何か心当たりが？
Right. What do you think it means?
ああ、実は彼が発見された時のあの姿が
The thing is, I've seen it before.
18年前に起きたある事件の被害者とそっくりなんだよ。
It must have been 18 years ago now. We had a rash of cases like this one. 18 years. The same. Oh. Because I have a feeling that this might be like Roban. Him taking up the mantle of Phantom Thief Kid, where something happened to the original. I don't know that for sure. But with it being that long, I wouldn't be surprised.
するとその当時の被害者もあの紙袋を？
ああ、そうだ。今またあんな被害者の姿を見るとは思わなかったな。
Exactly. It's not something I thought I'd ever see again. Okay, it looks like we've got something new. This is exactly what I was thinking of asking.
18年前、報復市で連続少女殺人事件が起きたんだ。
It was 18 years ago. Kofuku City, we had multiple victims, all young girls.
連続少女殺人事件
All girls, Now this is interesting. He's saying that all the victims in the previous case were all female. And this first victim is a male. Quite interesting. So, all girls, That might be enough to think on. But if not, we'll ask more.
先生からお話を聞こう
I should probably stay focused on what Mr. Okay, so there's either going to be more about the 18 murders of 18 years ago, or I have to do observations. So let's see if there's more here. Because all the info we can get is necessary.
年齢はまちまちだが、3人の被害者は全て10代の女の子。
We had 3 victims, all girls between the ages of 13 and 19. I see, 13 and 19. Here that could cover middle school and college, but this is Japan, so...
いずれも素手によって殺害された。つまり虐殺だったということだね。
And the killer used bare hands, manual strangulation. Interesting. Because this victim that we encountered, he had strangulation marks more like a rope, like they said. So it's somewhat of a different MO, although still the same killing style.
しかもその全員が笑顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶった姿で発見されたんだ。
When we found them, they all had paper bags over their heads with smiling faces drawn on them. He's surprised, huh? And I'm not surprised because he said it was like 18 years ago, but definitely an interesting connection there.
少女たちは同じ年頃だというだけで特につながりのようなものはなかったようだ。
We couldn't establish any connection between the victims. They were all just around the same age. Okay, so nothing in connection except age, huh? And gender, obviously, but again, this most recent case was a male.
そしてその事件は未解決なんだ。犯人はまだ捕まっていないんだよ。
And I'm sorry to say, we never solved the case. The killer is still out there.
じゃあ今回の事件は
So we could be looking at
同一人物による犯行の可能性は否定できないと思うよ。
Yeah, it could be the same person. And I'm glad he said could here. Because it implies someone might be different, but... that's... who knows. For all we know, the detective from earlier could be the killer, and that's why we made a big deal of showing. Oh man.
18年前の事件の被害者はみんな女の子
3 teenage girls strangled to death by hand. Oh. 3 teenage girls strangled to death by hand. What a nightmare. Okay. Well, that's enough to try and think on. So let's give it a shot. But we definitely need more details, so... do that.
18年前の被害者は全員女の子。
It doesn't quite add up. 3 female victims 18 years ago. And now a middle school boy. Poor Eisuke Sasaki.
だよ。
紐状のもので首を絞められたようだね。
See the...
殺害方法も18年前の事件とは違う。
That was too quick to read, so if you need to go back and read it, then feel free. The method of strangulation is different in this case than it was in the murders 18 years ago. Okay. We possibly figured out all that we can from this one, so let's try observations now.
ここまでの情報の中で被害者について何か思うところはないのかい？
It's a lot to take in, I know, but do you have any thoughts on the case so far? So it probably wants me to think.
今回の被害者は男の子だ。
Why target a boy this time, if it was the same person? That's definitely a good question. Okay, let's try asking more observations.
ここまでの情報の中で被害者について何か思うところはないのかい？
Okay, still the same thing, so let's think more.
今回の被害者は男の子だ。
Okay, same thing here. So let's ask about the victim, because, again, I doubt we will know any more about this one.
18年前の事件の被害者は全て女の子だったんですよね。でも
It doesn't quite add up. Why would a serial killer who targeted girls 18 years ago come back?
そう、今回の被害者は佐々木英介という男の子だ。
And target a boy, Eisuke Sasaki.
確かにそこは相違点だね。もっとも
Yeah, I'm asking myself the same question.
当時の事件の被害者が女の子ばかりだった理由は不明のままだ。
We have to consider the possibility that the previous victims all being female was a coincidence. Yeah, that's a good point, Itsugi.
たまたまだったのかもしれない。
We always look for a pattern, but we could over it. He's right there. Experience is a double-edged sword in things.
先生、佐々木英介の殺害方法は
I've been thinking about how Eisuke was killed.
ああ、そうだ。よく気づいたね。
I think I see where you're going.
佐々木英介の死因は紐状のもので首を絞められたことによる窒息死だ。
We know there was a murder weapon, some type of rope or cord left marks on his neck.
このことも注目すべき相違点だと思うよ。
It is a key difference from the murders 18 years ago.
今分かっているのはここまでだ。
I wish we had a little more to work with. So do I.
長い時を隔てた2つの事件が どこかでつながるのかもしれないね。
Still, I can't shake the feeling that there's a connection.
重要なことはちゃんと手帳にメモしたかな？使い方はもちろん分かっているね。
I trust you've been keeping good notes. You never know when a seemingly trivial detail will make all the difference. Any important information you gather will automatically be recorded in your notebook. To open and review your notes, move the cursor to open notebook and press the A button.
メモを重視することは探偵の基本だ。早速開いてみてはどうだい？
Why don't you open up your notebook right now? Let me see if you've got everything. Okay. Open up the notebook. Okay, so we've got a bunch of things here. Myself. And then these guys. But we need to be focusing on the victim. Let's see. Eisuke Sasaki, 15 years old, junior high student. Let's see. A student at Minami Dyson Junior High, the apparent victim of a murder. His body was found at a pump station in Kofuku City. Eisuke's cause of death was asphyxiation due to strangulation. It appears he was choked with a rope-like object. His estimated time of death was 9 p.m. A paper bag with a smile drawn on it was found on the victim's head. Alright. Okay, so that's what goes on with these ones. Okay. The condition of Eisuke's body was similar to the victims of serial murders of girls 18 years ago in Kofuku City. Alright, so same city for sure. And then just some basic stuff like Kimiharu Kamada, 55, Inspector. Inspector Kamada is lead on the Eisuke Sasaki case. He's apparently known Utsugi for a long time. Alright. And then Junko Kuze, 26 years old, detective. Junko Kuze is a detective working on the Eisuke Sasaki case. Alright. And then Shinsuke Itsugi, 40 years old, private investigator. Director of the Itsugi Detective Agency. He has known Inspector Kamada from the police force for a long time. Alright. And then my guy here, Tomaso, 19 years old, assistant detective. An assistant detective at the detective agency. Okay. So that's all that there was. Okay. So,
被害者の性別と殺害方法が異なる。これらが何を意味するのか気になるところだね。
these crimes connected, but we can't ignore the differences. Targeting a boy using a rope? Yeah. We'll try asking again, but that might be enough to think on.
今回はより難解な事件になる。
This isn't going to be easy. I hope you're prepared. Okay. Let's try thinking.
先生から他に聞くことってあったっけ？
Wasn't there something else he said that I'm missing? Okay. Huh?
あゆみちゃんが来たみたいだぞ。
That must be Ayumi.
お疲れ様です。
Hi guys.
あゆみちゃん、
Hey Ayumi,
何の話をしていたんですか？
am I interrupting something? You both look so serious.
僕と先生は今回の事件のことあゆみちゃんに話した。
Utsugi and I told Ayumi everything we knew.
それってまるでエミオの話じゃないですか。
You're joking, right? That's an urban legend. Haven't you heard of Emio? You know, the Smiling Man?
エミオ
The Smiling Man. I'm surprised that both Itsugi and my guy are wondering about that, because Itsuki, being as old as he is and familiar with the case, he should have heard of this urban legend. But yes, so it looks like there's two things. The Smiling Man that I'm curious about. And the observations.
あゆみちゃん、エミオって何なの？
Tell me about the...
微笑みの笑みに男って書いてエミオ。都市伝説の一つなの。
also hear called Emio, a name that uses the characters for smile and man.
都市伝説？どんな都市伝説なの？
And it's an urban legend.
笑顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶった男が悲しい女の子の前に現れるっていう都市伝説よ。
Well, the story goes that a man wearing a paper bag with a smiley face on it appears in front of a crying girl.
笑顔が描かれた紙袋。
A paper bag with a smiley face on it. Are you serious?
うん、そうなの。
Yes, of course. That's kind of curious there. Because if there's an urban legend like this, then someone likely witnessed what was going on and they know who Emio is. That's at least my first thought. Because how else would that be the case unless it's Emio themselves spreading the urban legend? That could be a possibility too.
Emio は笑顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶって泣いている女の子の前に現れ、こういうの。
So, in front of a crying girl with a paper bag on his head, and he says, you look sad, but you don't have to cry anymore. After all, I can give you a smile that will last forever.
「そして女の子は殺されて、エミオと同じ紙袋をかぶせられたまま、その場に置き去りにされる。
And they always find the victim afterward with a paper bag on her head, just like the Smiling Man wore. Wow.
というのが最も一般的な話なの。
Anyway, that's the most common version of the story. If that's the common version, I wonder what the other variations are. So let's ask more.
エミオにもいろいろな話があるのかな。他の都市伝説みたいに。
You said that's the most common version of the story. What are some other versions?
うん、 出会った時に笑えばエミオはそのまま立ち去るという話もあったり。
Well, some say that if you stop crying and smiling at the smiling man, he'll walk away instead of killing you.
エミオの素顔を見たら殺されるとか。
But I've also heard that if you look directly at his face, he's definitely gonna kill you. Kinda weird to hear that. Because how do people know all of this, especially if he kills a witness like that?
笑えば立ち去る。顔を見れば殺される。か。
So smile and he walks away, look at his face and he kills you. Got it.
でも泣いている女の子の前に現れるというのは全てに共通していることなの。
It's always a crying girl though. All versions agree on that part. Huh?
都市伝説か。
So the thing about urban legends.
口頭無形なものがほとんどだが、実際に起きた事件が背景にあるものも少なくない。
Is that they're not all legends. Some of them hold a kernel of truth. Yep, exactly.
今回の事件はその後者だと考えるべきなのかもしれないね。
For now, I'm treating this as valuable information. And I agree, Tsugi, I would too, just because I deal with information and gathering as well at times.
かなり複雑な背景がありそうだな。今回の事件には。全員で手分けして取り組んでいこう。
I'd say we have a lot of work to do. Let's split up and get to it.
というところで、これを2人に渡しておくよ。
Oh, but first I'd like to take these.
これは
Are those
携帯電話。
cell phones? Cool.
これで連絡が取りやすくなるだろう。さあ、受け取ってくれ。
Please be in touch if there are any developments. Go on, take them. Alright. Take. What? This one.
ありがとうございます。活用していきます。
Thanks, I'll keep it close by.
ありがとうございます。お借りします。
Yes, thank you.
さて、僕は確かめたいことがあるから出かけてくるよ。
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go follow up on something.
調査内容の分担は2人で相談して決めてほしい。
I'd like both of you to work together and decide the best way to split up your research. Understood?
わかりました。
Yes, sir, understood.
いってらっしゃい先生。
Got it. See you later, sir. Okay. Let's make sure that we save at this point. Alright. Okay, let's see here. We have a lot of things to think about. So let's see about thinking and then go for an ask or listen.
さて、どう分担するのがいいかな。
Let's see, how are we going to split this up?
あゆみちゃん、どうやって手分けしようか。
What do you think, Ayumi? How should we divide the work?
まずは今日分かったことを整理して推理するのがいいんじゃないかしら。
Why don't we start by reviewing our notes and seeing if we can deduce anything?
そうだね。
Good idea. Okay. So we do that.
今朝、遺体で発見された佐々木くんは、
We have a victim, Eisuke Sasaki, discovered this morning. Let's see, based on what we know so far, I suspect suicide. And based on what we know so far, I suspect homicide. This Based on what we know so far, I suspect homicide.
ええ、そうね。
I think you're right.
そして佐々木くんは発見された時、笑顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶっていた。
Now, Eisuke was wearing a paper bag with a smile on it when he was found.
彼のその姿は
And there's a certain similarity. Let's see. It's just like the Smiling Man urban legend. It's like the real life case of the Smiling Man. Well, we don't know what Eisuke was up to. The only commonality is the paper bag with the smile on it. So... And the urban legend also agrees with that. So it's a bit of a tough one. For me, I think I'm gonna go with this one. That it's like the real life case of the Smiling Man, since we don't know much of what happened before it died.
エミオ事件という実際に起きた犯罪の犠牲者とよく似ているようだ。
It's like the real life case of the Smiling Man.
エミオは都市伝説よ。
Or you mean the urban legend? I said urban real life thing because we don't know what Eisuke was up to prior to death.
そうだったよね。
Yes, of course.
そしてその都市伝説は
But what if the urban legend
18年前に幸福市で起きた連続少女殺人事件を連想させる内容だ。
is based on the actual murders that took place 18 years ago in Kofuku City?
エミオの都市伝説は18年前の事件が元となったものなんだろうか。
It's possible horrible incident like that could have spawned such a morbid story, right?
その都市伝説と佐々木英介君殺害との関連性は
Still, we need to establish some sort of connection.
今回の被害者は男の子なのよね。
The victim was a boy, right?
そうなんだよ。先生の話によれば18年前の事件では男の子の被害者はいなかったって。
That's right, and all three victims in the older cases were girls, according to Mr. Utsugi.
でも無関係とは思えないわね。
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely that that was only coincidence. It's probably relevant.
佐々木くんは同じような紙袋をかぶせられていたんだもの。
That poor kid, Eisuke, covered in one of those horrible paper bags. Yeah.
他に何か気になることはなかったの？
Was there anything else on your mind? Let's see. So, let's ask.
私は現場を見ていないから何とも言えないわ。
I was at the scene of crime. I only know what you've told me so far. But you also told me about the urban legends. So, what does this one get me?
戻ってきてくださいよ。
Oh, Mr. Utsugi, come back. We can't live without you. Kidding.
何言ってるのよ。
What are you talking about? Okay, so that one doesn't work. Let's try thinking.
他に気になることか。
What am I missing?
そういえば今回の事件の担当刑事の
Oh, I should mention that we met the detective assigned to the case.
クゼっていう女性の刑事さんのことを先生が知っているみたいなんだ。
Her name's Kuze. Utsugi seemed to recognize her from somewhere.
先生は何とおっしゃってるの？
Mr. Utsugi worked with her before?
実は聞きそびれちゃってよくわからないんだ。
I'm not sure, I didn't ask.
そうなのね。
Huh?
とりあえずどうしましょうか。
Well, where do we go from here? Let's see. We either think or we try to examine is what I want to say. So let's do that.
そうだな。まずは
Great question. I wish I had the
何せよ
answer.
情報が全く足りてないから警察署に行って話を聞いてこようと思うんだ。
Well, maybe it's worth checking in with the police again. Forensics could have dug something up by now.
じゃあ私は佐々木くんの最近の様子とかを調べてみることにするわ。それでいいよね。
Good idea. If it's alright with you, I think I'll try to find out more about the victim, poor guy. Alright. That's a good idea, Ayumi.
頼んだよ。
That would be helpful, thanks. Alright. So apparently we get the travel option now. Police. I don't get why we have to go to the police station though when we can just ring them up.
じゃあ行ってくるよ。
Alright, see you later.
私も出かけるわ。
Good luck.
私たちって探偵としてまだまだだけど、二人で力を合わせて頑張ろうね。
I don't think we're ready for that yet, but if we keep working together, maybe one day.
そうだね。
Yeah, right.
じゃあまた後でね。
Okay, I'm off. See you later. Police station.
鎌田警部はいるだろうか。
I wonder if Inspector Kamada is even here. Okay, so let's make sure that we save here. Alright. So let's do ask and
近くにい
such.
る人に聞いてみよう。
I should try talking to someone nearby. Okay, then engage. There we go. People nearby.
近くに父兄さんがいるぞ。
I'll see if one of these officers can help.
お忙しいところすみません。
Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but can you help me out?
こんにちは。何かご用なの？
Hello, sir. How can I help? Alright. Now we'll try asking.
鎌田警部はいらっしゃいますか？
Do you know if the inspector is available?
鎌田警部ですか？
You must mean Inspector Kamada, right?
はい。実は僕、
Oh, yes. Sorry about that.
ちょっと待って。あなた、どこかで会ったことあるわよね。
Actually, where do I know you from? Haven't we met before? Let's see. We'll try and do
言わ
think.
れてみれば、確かにこの人の顔に見覚えがある。
She seems to think she recognizes my face. Okay, that one didn't
ど
do
こで会
anything.
ったんだっけ？
So familiar, but Keep
ど
going.
こで会ったんだっけ？
Okay. Let's try this one.
誰だっけ？
How do we know each other?
どこで会ったんだっけ？
Okay, nothing there. Police
こ
officer.
んにちは。
Hello, yes. What are you looking at? Okay, so let's try looking at her face. She's
あの時のも。
it's you.
ああ、あなたは確か。
Yes, that's me and you are
はい、宇津木探偵事務所の。
with the Itsugi Detective Agency. That's right.
なんていう名前だったかしら。
I'm sorry, you looked familiar, but I don't remember your name.
僕は。
Oh, that's alright, I'm Tomaso.
ああ、そうだったわね。お
Of
久しぶりです。
Of course, great to see you, Toma.
お久しぶりです。こちらに転勤されたんですか？
It's been a while. Did you transfer to this precinct?
それにメガネをかけていらっしゃるからすぐに気づきませんでした。
I mean, I should have recognized you right away. I suppose it was the glasses that threw me off.
そうなの。少し前にこっちに来たのよ。
Oh, right. I
普
usually
段
wear
はコンタクトなの。
Oh, right. I usually wear contacts. And yeah, I transferred here a while back.
相変わらず素敵な父兄さんだな。
I remember her being a pretty sharp investigator. Okay. Let's ask and listen.
鎌田警部から誰か訪ねてくるかもしれないと聞いていたけど、あ
Oh, right.
なたのことだったのね。
Oh, right. Inspector Kamada did mention that someone might be coming by. I suppose it's you?
今、担当の刑事を呼びますね。
I'll go see if he's available.
お待たせ。へえ、君が探偵だって？
Well, well, is this the supposed PI? Hello? Who's this?
この人確か今朝現場にいた人だ。
Oh, it's the guy Kuze was yelling at this morning.
鎌田警部は打ち合わせ中だからこの僕が君の相手を任されたってわけ。
Just kidding, buddy, but, Inspector Kamada is busy right now, so I've been assigned to help you out.
はじめまして、上原大輔っす。
The name's Daisuke Kamihara. The Daisuke Kamihara.
あ、上原の神は上じゃなくて神がかってるとかの神ね。
You can call me Dice if you want. Most people want.
こんにちは。宇津木探偵事務所の者です。
Okay, well, I'm Tomaso. I'm with the Itsugi Detective Agency. Alright. Let's ask more questions.
今朝の事件の詳細が聞きたいんだよね。
Let me use my brilliant intuition to deduce why you're here. You're scoping out that murder, right? Doesn't take a genius to find that out, Kamihara.
はい。お忙しい中恐縮なのですが。
That's right, normally we'd give your team a little more space, but the case is already so unusual.
オッケーオッケー。なんだって喋っちゃうから何でも聞いてよ。
Don't even sweat it, I'm your guy, hit me up. I'll tell you anything, and I mean anything. Well, Kamihara, let's get this out of the way. Are you Emio? Because that's a cliche in stories like this. That an officer that gets berated like you did ends up being evil.
あ
あの被害者なんだけど、実はさ。
I meant about the victim, although sure, I'll take personal questions too. Again, I want to know where you were at the time when the victim died.
いきなりここで
Why is he like this?
上原刑事、奥で話されてはいかがですか？
Sorry to jump in, but you're going to need to take this conversation somewhere else.
そうですよね。こんなところでなんてねえ。貴重なアドバイスあざした。
Fine, we can follow procedure if you insist. Thank you so much.
探偵くん、さ奥の部屋へどうぞどうぞ。
Right this way, boy detective, to the fabulous interrogation chamber. You just might be an adachi after all, Kamihara.
大丈夫なんだろうか。
Is this guy for real?
で探偵くんそんな呼ばれ方するのはちょっと。
And really, boy detective? Well, maybe I can get something useful.
どうぞ。
Help yourself.
あ、どうもありがとうございます。
Oh, thanks. I could use some tea.
さっさ冷めないうちにどうぞどうぞ。
Yeah,
せっかくお姉さんが入れてくれたんだからさ。
Yeah, enjoy it, bro. She never makes fresh tea for me. Hold on, guys. Right. Okay, let's see. So, let us ask and listen. Maybe I should take the tea. Yes.
いただきます。
Cheers.
どううまい？あのお姉さんが入れてくれたお茶は。
Not bad, right? That you don't get to enjoy tea from a beautiful lady often.
あ、はい、とっても。
Yeah, it's good. Hits the spot.
いいなあ。僕も後でお願いしようっと。
Fresh tea and she didn't bring me a cup. I'll ask for one in a little bit, I guess.
断られるような気がする。
He's going to get enough.
楽しみだな。
I can't wait. So, let's ask him some questions.
事件についての詳しいお話を聞かせてもらいたいんですが。
Oh, about the case.
そりゃそうだ。 お茶を飲みに来たわけじゃないもんね。
Right, right. Not right, right. Not like you came here for tea, huh? Right. Am I right?
さて、何から聞きたい？
Fine. Where do you want to start? Alright. So let's get his perspective on all this stuff. We know time of death, we know kind of what the scene of the crime looks like, but not entirely. So it's good to get his feedback on all of these.
被害者の名前や年齢はもう知ってるかな？
You already have a few details, right? Victim's name and age?
はい。被害者は地元の公立中学3年生の
That's
佐々木
right.
英介。
His name's
年齢は15歳。
That's right. His name's Eisuke Sasaki. He was only 15 years old.
今朝、現場の方にも行きました。
I visited the scene this morning.
お、素晴らしい情報収集能力。
Yeah.
現場に来てたんだ。
Yeah, yeah, I saw you there.
そうです。あなたがこっぴどく怒られているところをバッチリ目撃しました。
And I saw you there getting verbally spanked by Detective Kuze in front of everyone. Okay, so let's ask him about the time of death.
昨日の午後9時頃だね。
They're telling us it was around 9 p.m. last night.
あのポンプ場付近は街灯も少ないから夜になると真っ暗になるんだ。
At that time, it would have been pitch black out there. No street lights at all. Great murder spot, obviously.
一体なぜ被害者があの場所を訪れたのかはまだ捜査中で分かってないんだけど。
We still don't know why the kid would have been out there at that time, of course. Okay, so he's not letting anything slide. That doesn't change the fact that he could be Emio. Scene of the crime. Definitely something that we haven't heard of before.
遺体発見現場は国道沿いにあるポンプ場のすぐ脇だよ。昼間でもあんまり人が来なさそうな場所だね。
We found the body at the pumping station, deserted location, you know? You know you were there. Yes, but we didn't get a good look at the crime scene. 'Cause he could have just been dumped there, or that's where he could have actually died. We don't know.
今日の明け方、現場をたまたま通りかかった人が通報してくれたんだ。
I think it was one of those early morning joggers that found it. Joggers always finding bodies. Let's see. Observations. Or crime scene. I want to ask more about the crime scene just to see if he has anything else to say.
国道沿いにあるポンプ場のすぐ脇だよ。
I mean, you saw the place, dirty old pump station tucked in the trees. Okay, so he's not telling us anything, but we'll give him another try. If he repeats it, then it's time to move on to observation.
国道沿いにあるポンプ場のすぐ脇だよ。被害者があんな時間にあんな場所へ行った理由はまだ不明だけど。
We still have no idea what the kid was doing out there at that time of night.
現場横の国道を車で通りかかった人が何かを見かけたという可能性はなきにしもあらずかな。
But we haven't ruled out that someone driving by may have seen something. It's right next to the road. Let's see. So, we're gonna try observation again, but I think we've got some stuff to start thinking of.
でもさ、
I mean, it's crazy.
普通そんな時間そんな場所にしかも男子中学生が行くとは思えないよね。
Would I have gone out there as a middle schooler at that hour? Probably not.
なんであんなところへ行ったんだろう。
This whole thing is depressing. Let's see if that's enough to think of it, but we'll get my guy some tea to drink.
美味しいお茶だな。上原刑事、後で入れてもらえるのかな。
That tea hit the spot. I feel kind of bad she didn't bring a cup for him, though. Okay, let's try
上
thinking.
原刑事から話を聞こう。
Okay, so keep listening. So we'll try more observations.
何をしにあそこへ行ったんだろうね。
What could that kid have been doing out there? That's probably the cue to start thinking, but let's give it a try again. Observations.
何をしにあそこへ行ったんだろうね。
Yeah, what could that kid have been doing out there? So, time to think.
上原刑事から話を聞こう。
I should keep listening. So let's go ahead and try asking about the victim again.
被害者の佐々木英介は発見された時、頭に紙袋をかぶせられてたんだ。
As you know, the victim had a paper bag over his head. Found him.
笑顔が描かれた紙袋ですね。
Not just any paper bag, right? It had a smiley face on it.
そう、奇妙な状況だよね。
Yeah, it was creepy as hell, man.
しかもその紙袋、どうやら結構古いものみたいでさ。
And the bag was all dank and old too. Ugh, I'd want to die.
古い？
What do you mean by dank and old?
科捜研で詳しく調べてるところだよ。鑑定結果が出るまではちょっと時間がかかりそうかな。
Forensics is taking a look now. I don't know. Oh, it just looked gross to me, but we'll see what they can find. Okay. So we'll try observations again.
何をしにあそこへ行ったんだろうね。
Okay, so he said the same thing. Let's try thinking.
上原刑事から話を聞こう。
Okay, so we have nothing. Let's try figuring out more about the victim. Because I don't think time of death has changed, and crime scene might be the only thing about it, but he didn't seem willing to say more, so let's do victim first and then do crime scene.
ちなみに今回の被害者が発見された状況って過去に起きたある事件に似てるんだよね。
Yes, so did you hear that there were some murders like this a while back? Yes, the 18 years
18年
ago.
前の連続少女殺人事件ですね。
I did. You're talking about the young girls who were killed 18 years ago?
その通り。いやー、なんでも知ってるんだね、探偵くん。
Eesh, it's like you already know everything. That's our boy detective.
今回も探偵くんって呼ばれるのか。
This guy keeps pushing that button.
その事件でも遺体の頭に笑顔が描かれた紙袋がかぶせられていたって話もあるし。
So I guess you already knew that those victims had paper bags with smiley faces too, Mr. Smarty Pants?
だからそっち関係も含めて多方面から捜査していくことになりそうだよ。
Thought so anyway. That obviously going to figure into the investigation.
複雑な事件ですよね。
Right, well, it's a complicated case. Alright, so there's something new here. Okay, so these two are definitely much more important. I want to get his perspective on the murders of 18 years ago, though.
18年前か。
You want to talk about 18 years ago?
探偵君は当時のことを覚えてる？
Why? Were you even alive at that time? Well, according to the notebook, my guy would have been 1 at this time.
あ、いえ、僕が1歳ぐらいの頃なので。
I mean, technically I was 1 year old.
そっかそっか。やっぱ見た目通り若いんだね。それで探偵やってるなんて大したもんだよ。
I knew you were a baby, and here you are, a full-fledged private investigator.
僕も探偵になればよかったかな。なんかこう、かっこいいよね。
Maybe I should have been a PI. It must be cool to not have to play by the rules.
おっかない先輩に怒られることもないし。
He's certain someone wouldn't be breathing down my neck all the time. Well, that's your fault, Hamihara, because you're practically like Adachi already. The only thing we don't know is if you're guilty like Adachi was.
あ、そうだ。探偵君のところで雇ってもらえないかな。
Hey, I'm serious. You think your boss would take me on? Haha. Okay. Now that we asked about that, let's ask about this current case.
18年前の事件も含め、多方面から捜査していくことになりそうだよ。
Obviously going to be taking everything into account, including those murders from 18 years ago. Okay. Let's ask about observations in case anything's changed. But chances are they might want me to ask this one again, so we'll do observations first.
僕、刑事より探偵の方が向いてるかも。
Maybe I really should go the PI route instead of working in the stump. You'll still be doing practically the same thing you're doing now, Kamihara. So, let's ask about the murders again.
上原刑事は当時の事件のことを何か覚えてますか？
Wait, do you remember anything about that case from 18 years ago?
僕は当時小学生だったけど、よく覚えてるよ。被害者はみんな未成年っていう事件だったからさ。
Yep, I was in elementary school and it was all over the news. The victims weren't much older than me.
僕らがっていうより、学校や保護者が大騒ぎしてたっけな。
I wasn't worried about it, but the school and everyone's parents sure were.
集団登校に集団下校、近所の大人たちも付き添ったり見守ったり。
They made us walk to school in groups and they had a whole neighborhood watch thing going.
その様子はさながら大名行列。
It was like we were in a parade, ridiculous.
ほう。
Really?
あ、イメージね、イメージ。僕
No.
は教科書でしか知らないし、大名行列。
No, not really. It's called a metaphor. Try to keep up.
下校時はみんなで体育館に集まってちゃんと揃ってるかチェックするんだけど。
Anyway, every day we'd gather in the gym to make sure we were all there.
たまーに足りない時があって、そん時はもう大慌て。
Sometimes one kid would be missing. Boy, did that cause a panic.
そりゃそうなりますよね。
Well, sure.
もちろん僕は「先生上原くんがいません!」って言われて超探し回られてたタイプね。
Yes, sometimes it was me. I could hear them all yelling out for me and scrambling everywhere looking.
め
sounds super annoying. I kind of want to punch this guy, but I need every piece of information he can give me.
学校まで子供を迎えに来る保護者もいたし。
Of course, some parents would just pick their kids up from school to avoid it all.
今改めて思うとすごく守られてたな。あの時はすみませんでした、先生方。
When I think back, I guess I was pretty sheltered. Sorry to all the teachers I annoyed.
とまあそんなこんなで子供は日が暮れる前にみんないなくなっちゃうからさ。
Anyway, since all the kids were safely inside before sundown,
犯人も商売上がったりだよね。
I guess we didn't give the killer anyone to kill, huh?
商売は変か。
Maybe I should workshop that joke. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Check for more observations. You know,
当時の被害者たちが奇妙な袋をかぶせられた状態で見つかった。
I don't
って
really...
いうのは僕は全然覚えてなくってさ。
I really don't remember the whole paper bag part of the story.
そうなんですか。
Oh?
18年も前のことだから僕が忘れてるだけかもしれないけど。
Yeah, I mean, it's been 18 years. I guess I just
いや
forgot.
でもさすがにそんなショッキングなこと忘れるわけないと思うんだよな。
But it was pretty shocking. How could I forget that? Okay.
紙袋のことは覚えてないな。
Paper bags, really? I feel like I would remember that. Okay. Let's keep asking him.
紙袋のことは覚えてないな。
And he said the same thing, so... It's either... take that or use the phone. So let's try to take some of the tea.
美味しいお茶だな。
Okay.
上原刑事、後で入れてもらえるのかな。
Nothing different. Let's see, think.
18年前に小学生だったってこと。いくつなんだろう、この刑事さん。
If he was in elementary school 18 years ago, how old is he? That's a good question to ask. Let's see. He still said the same thing, so let's see. Let's try this option. Engage with him.
何何
I'm right here, bro. Let's see if looking at his face will do anything.
20代半ばってところかな。それにしても。
Let's see, he looks like an experienced detective, maybe a bit young, but
変
still.
わった刑事さんだな。
He's a real oddball.
上原刑事はエミオの都市伝説を知っているんだろうか。
I wonder if he's heard of the Smiling Man urban legend. That's a good thing to ask.
知っていそうな年齢だと思うんだけど。
I'd say he's old enough to have heard it. There we go, we got something. Smiling Man.
上原刑事はエミオという都市伝説をご存知ですか？
Detective Kamihara, are you familiar with the urban legend known as the Smiling Man?
エミオ
Did you say the Smiling Man?
はい。微笑みの笑みに男と書いてエミオなんですが。
I did, you know, like a man who's smiling, they call him Emio sometimes.
知らないな。 な都市伝説なの？
I don't know what it's the story behind it.
僕は上原刑事にあゆみちゃんから聞いたエミオの都市伝説を説明した。
I explained the whole thing to Detective Kamihara, just the way Ayumi explained it to me. Whoa.
今回の事件や18年前の事件に妙に近い内容だ。
I see what you mean by this. Mean about the similarities between that story and this case. Is there any connection?
ただの偶然にしてはできすぎているような。
It couldn't just be a coincidence, could it?
僕、今結構鋭いことを言ったよね。
Did I sound like I was deducing something awesome just then? I did, right?
はい、多分。
Maybe I guess.
そうでしょ、そうでしょ。なんて冗談はさておき、気になる話だね。メモっとこ。
I totally did. Anyway, joking aside, that's definitely something to think about.
情報提供ありがとうね。
So, thanks for sharing. Okay. Alright, so... let's ask more.
メモメモ。
I'm filing that away. Alright. Let's try thinking and then going through
なんだか
things.
つかみどころがない人だな。
Hard to pin down what he might be thinking. Okay. Now let's try and connect it to Eisuke's case.
都市伝説エミオは今回の事件と18年前の事件によく似た話。
Yeah, the Smiling Man legend is pretty similar to this case and to the murder from 18 years ago.
都市伝説ね。
Urban legend. Let's see if he has anything else to say. Let's say murders from 18 years ago. Nothing there. And then let's see, observations. Nothing. Alright, so we're not getting anything out of him. Let's open up this. Okay, so we've only got one person here. Okay, and then we've got the Smiling Man. So this is the stuff that we the paper bag that covered his head was apparently he's working on the case, obviously. So he was in elementary school at the time of the serial murders of girls 18 years ago. He didn't know about the paper bags found on victims. He had never heard of the urban legend of Emio the Smiling Man. At least as he claims. Smiling Man. Emio the Smiling Man is a famous urban legend. Supposedly the Smiling Man appears in front of crying girls with a paper bag on his head with a smiling face drawn on it. He tells the girls that they don't have to cry anymore because he He will give them a permanent smile, then he kills them. The story goes the Smiling Man leaves his victims where they were killed with the same type of paper bag on their heads that he wears. The story of the Smiling Man is eerily reminiscent of the real series of murders that took place 18 years ago. Some say that if you laugh when you meet him, the Smiling Man won't kill you. Others say if you see his face, he will kill you. Okay. That one hasn't changed. Yumi Tachibana is 19 years old, assistant detective. An assistant detective at the Tsugi Agency. Let's see, so the only thing new about this is acquainted with the police officer that was in the lobby, the Kofuku City Police Department from a previous case. Okay. Used to work at a different... police officer not disclosed, Kofuku Precinct. Used to work at a different police station, recognized Toma from a past case. She was wearing glasses, but she normally wears contacts. Okay. Alright. So that's all that we've got there. Let's see if there's anything to think of, and the only other things I can do is use the phone and look or examine, huh?
俺刑事さんが黙り込んじゃったぞ。
He's dead silent. What's up with that? Ask. Let's try some of these again. Okay, nothing. Nothing. Smiling Man. Nothing. Observations. Let's see. So it's all just him, huh? Why is he staring at me like that so intensely?
随分しきっと何かに気づいたんだ。これが刑事の顔。
He might have
迫力あるな。
he might have an observation to share. Maybe he's more of a detective than I've given him credit for. Alright. Now he'll probably do something.
実はさ、
You know, now that I think about it,
僕とても重要なことに気づいてしまったんだけど。
there's one other thing we haven't considered.
はい。
Go on.
探偵君、あの父兄さんと仲良しなんだね。
Well, it's just the officer who is here. She seemed like she kind of liked you, didn't it? This has nothing to do with Kate's Kamihara.
いいな
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
本当に素敵だよね。彼女の存在ってある種の都市伝説だよね。
She saw it right. A woman that hot and she wears a police uniform. Now that's a legend. I want to slug you right now, Kamihara. Because we're in the middle of an investigation and trying to go over information. This is no time to talk about women. Oh boy.
彼女がここに転勤してきてくれてよかったってつくづく僕は思ってるんだよ。
I'm so glad she transferred to this division.
運命の出会いって感じだよね。
It's like destiny.
わ
Wow.
さすがは神原。ほんとついてる。マジで神がかってるよな俺って。
And that's why they call me Dice. I'm sure I sure am a lucky bastard, I tell you.
神
Kami! She's right to be mad. What?
先輩お疲れ様です。
Oh, hi there, ma'am. Didn't see you there.
お疲れ様ですじゃないでしょ。
Ma'am, what's that supposed to mean?
あんた何くだらないことくっちゃべってんのよ。真面目に仕事しなさい。仕事を。
What are you two blathering about? Do your job, we've got a murder to solve. That's exactly what I was thinking, Kuze.
違うんです。
No, no, it's not what you think.
この子がうちの父兄さんが素敵だななんて言うもんだから。
I mean, maybe it is. This guy won't shut up about how hot our coworker is. That is you.
若いっていいなみたいな。
He's all ooh, and the uniform is the piece de resistance. I wanna slug you even more, Kamihara. What?
そんじゃあ自分は失礼します。
Anyway, I'll get back to work. Toodles.
あとよろしく。
Have fun, buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal.
出て行ってしまった。
He's leaving just like that. Sorry about that. Ahem.
今朝はごめんなさい。
Anyway, sorry about this morning as well.
え、
Oh, okay.
まだ名乗ってなかったわね。
I guess I haven't even really introduced myself.
捜査一課の久世純子です。
I'm Kuze. Junko Kuze, Investigation Division 1. Nice to meet you.
宇津木探偵事務所の者です。今朝はお邪魔をしてすみませんでした。
Oh, I'm from the Tsuki Agency. This morning.
あなたのことうちが呼んだって知らなかったから申し訳なかったわね。
No, no, it's my fault. I didn't realize the inspector had called you guys in.
あ、いえ、そんな。
It's no problem at all.
ただし
That said,
私の仕事の邪魔だけはしないでちょうだい。
sorry about that. Let's see, don't get in my way, understand?
はい。
Oh, right, of course. Okay, let's see. So,
ごめんなさい。仕事があるから失礼するわ。
sorry, I've work to do, excuse me.
行ってしまった。
And she's gone. Alright. So we're supposed to travel.
鎌田警部がまだ会議中かどうか。
Maybe I should ask if Inspector Kamada is still busy just in case. What's this?
お願いします。一杯だけでいいんで。
Come on, just one cup, okay?
お茶なら自分で入れてください。
Why don't you brew it yourself?
女。
上原刑事。
It's Detective Kamihara.
僕もお姉さんが入れてくれた熱々のお茶飲みたいな。
I just really want you to brew it for me. And this is why I want to slug you, Kamihara.
本当に言うんだ。
I can't believe he's begging like that.
そうすればこれからの捜査も全力で頑張れそうなのにな。
It's good for the investigation, trust me. Ugh.
探偵くん
Oh, hey, boy detective.
もう帰ろう。じゃあまたね。
Are you really leaving already? Okay, bye, I guess.
やっぱり断られてた。
Took that one on the nose. Shrug it off, Dice.
見てたのね、今の。
You saw all of that? Yes, I did, and I wanted you to slug him.
ちょっとお聞きしたいことが。
Yeah, but I have some unrelated questions.
じゃあ向こうで話しましょう。
Alright,
私も戻らな
alright.
きゃいけないから。
Alright, let's find somewhere to talk.
上原刑事からちゃんと話は聞けた？
So, were you able to get some info from Detective Kamihara?
はい、一応。
Yes, more or less. Okay. Let's be sure to save here. Okay. Let's see. Not too sure she was at the scene, so I'm not too sure what the observations are gonna be. She would just about Kamada and Kamihara and hope that we get something.
すみません、鎌田警部は。
I was wondering if Inspector Kamada is available.
ごめんなさい。打ち合わせが長引いちゃってるみたいなの。
I'm sorry, but I'm told his meeting is running long.
あ、そうですか。
I see.
また明日にでも出直した方が良さそう。
Maybe I should come back tomorrow. Okay. Actually, I'm curious about Kamihara before we do that.
いろんな刑事を見てきたけど、あの人は特別ね。
I've worked with a lot of detectives, but that one, well, he's something
あなた
special.
はああいう大人になっちゃダメよ。
You might not want to follow in his footsteps if you catch my drift. I do. I Noted. Alright. So that takes care of that. Let's travel back to the
それでは
agency.
僕はこれで失礼します。鎌田警部によろしくお伝えください。
If you'll excuse me, I should head out. Please give Inspector Kamada my thanks for his help.
気をつけて帰るのよ。
Sounds good. Safe travels. Sugi Detective Agency.
ただいま戻りました。
Hello, I'm back.
おかえり。
Welcome back,
お
Toma.
帰りなさい。
Welcome back.
君、今日の調査はどうだった？
So, how did it go today?
僕は警察署に話を聞きに行ってきました。
Well, I went to the precinct to see what I could find out. Oh, wait.
鎌田警部は会議中だったので、上原という刑事さんが話してくれました。
But Inspector Kamada was in the meeting all day, so I spoke with Detective Kamihara instead.
そうか。お疲れ様。
Is that so? Well, thanks for tracking someone
あゆ
down.
みちゃん、君は？
Ayumi, what about you?
私は佐々木くんの家に行って話を聞いてきました。
Sure, well, I went to see the victim's family.
佐々木家はごく普通の家庭環境だと感じられました。
The
家族仲もと
Sasaki...
ても良かったみたいです。
The Sasaki family was very nice and welcoming. I felt like it was a good family home.
すごく辛い最中なのに、真実を知りたいからといってご家族には協力してもらいました。
And considering their terrible loss, they were so generous with their help. They really want to know what happened.
佐々木くんやご家族にトラブルなどはなかったようです。ただ
It's just senseless, you know. Aisuke wasn't in any sort of trouble. He was just a regular kid. It's just...
ただ
Just what?
夕べ遅くに帰ってきた佐々木くんはそのまま部屋に閉じこもって出てこなかったようです。
Well, his family said that when he came home that night, he locked himself in his room.
今までそんなことなかったみたいで、ご家族も戸惑っていたそうです。
They said he'd never done anything like that before. They weren't sure what it was all about.
呼びかけても返事がないので、様子を見ることにしたようなんですが、
He wasn't responding, so they were about to try unlocking the door, but
8時頃お母さんが玄関付近で物音に気づき見てみると、
at around 8 p.m., his mother heard a noise at the front door. She went to check and
受話器を持った学校の制服を着たままの佐々木くんがいたそうなんです。
it was Aisuke still wearing his school uniform holding a telephone receiver. That's kind of weird. And isn't he all wet or something?
すると佐々木くんは
So he hadn't been in his room after all.
驚いたような顔で受話器を置くと、また自室に閉じこもってしまったということなんです。
He dropped the phone in surprise when he noticed her, then he locked himself in his room for real.
佐々木くんは誰かとっていうのだ。
I wonder who he is talking to.
様子を見る限りそうみたいよね。
Yeah,
も
great
ちろん
que-
電話の相手はわからないわ。
Yeah, great question. His family didn't know.
間もなくして佐々木くんは出かけたみたいね。ご家族は気がつかなかったみたい。
Anyhow, it seems as if he snuck out again after that without his family noticing.
今日分かったことはここまでです。引き続
And
き
that's
調
all I
査
have
を進めていきます。
And that's all I have for now. I'll keep digging.
佐々木くんの身に一体何があったんだろう。
What in the world happened to this poor kid?
僕は18年前の事件の報じられ方を確認してきたんだ。ちょっと気
You
に
know,
なる
I've
こと
been
が
digging into the cold case from 18 years ago a bit more, and I'm concerned.
実は当時例の紙袋のことを警察は公開していなかったんだ。
You see, the police never made all the details public, in particular, the use of paper bags.
なるほど。だから上原刑事は紙袋のことを覚えていなかったんだ。
Oh, so Kamihara didn't remember anything about it.
公開しなかった理由は何だったんでしょうか。
Do you know why they withheld that information?
心当たりはあるにはあるが、それについてはカマさんから聞いた方が確実だろう。
Well, I have an idea, but it would be better to speak to Kamada himself about it.
わかりました。
I understand.
当時警察が事件の詳細を公開しなかったのならば、
Regardless of the reason why, if the police didn't release those details at the time,
連続少女殺人事件が都市伝説エミオのモデルだと単純に結びつけるのには少々無理がありそうだね。
then it seems a bit of a stretch to assume that the case is connected to the Smiling Man urban legend.
でも佐々木くんの事件とエミオはどこかで結びつくと考えるのが自然ですよね。
But the legend almost has to be connected to the current case, doesn't it? In some
その通りだ。今回の事件を解く鍵はこの都市伝説にあると僕は考えている。
Well, I do think I need to fully understand the urban legend if I'm going to solve the case.
もしや先生。
ああ、エミオのことは僕に任せてくれ。実に興味深い話だからね。
Well, yes, I'm fascinated by the case of the Smiling Man, and I want to take a deeper dive into it.
さあ、二人とも今日分かったことをもとに君たちの推理を聞かせてくれないか？
Now then, I'd like to have the two of you review what you learned from today's research.
わかりました。始めましょう。
You got... Okay, review.
遺体で見つかった佐々木くんの頭には笑顔が描かれた紙袋がかぶせられていたが。
So we have a victim, Eisuke Sasaki, who was found with a paper bag on his head with a smiley face on
これ
it.
と同様の事件は過去にも起きていた。
A series of similar crimes took place. Well, 18 years ago.
18年前だ。
18 years ago.
そうね。
Yes, that's right.
その通りだ。
Precisely.
18年前の事件は3件の連続殺人事件だった。
The case from 18 years ago involved 3
そ
murders.
して被害者には共通していることがあった。それ
And
は
the victims all had one thing in common, all of them. Okay, we don't know these two, but we definitely know this one, so we're teenage girls.
10代の女の子だった。
All of them were teenage girls.
ひどい事件よね。
It's so terrible to think about.
18年前の事件の犯人は今も捕まっていない。
So the killer from 18 years ago was never caught.
それと紙袋の件は当時から一度も公開されなかった。
And the information about the paper bags was never made
と
public.
なるとその事実を知っている可能性がある人物はごく限られてくる。
So a handful of people know about it.
犯人、被害者遺族、当時捜査に当たった警察、遺体を発見して通報した人。
The killer, the families of the victims, the police who were investigating, and whoever found the bodies. Makes me wonder how that urban legend spread indeed.
どう？これまでに集めた情報から何か気づいたことはある？
What does it all add up to? Do you have any thoughts based on the info you have so far?
そうだね。今の段階で言えることは。
Well, I suppose what I can say at this stage is... Let's see... Something seemed about... that he got lucky and saw blank. This one's kind of saying the obvious. I have no idea who killed Eisuke Sasaki.
Sasaki 君を殺した犯人は見当つかない。
I have no idea who killed Eisuke.
それはしょうがないわよ。まだ調査を始めたばかりだもの。
I wouldn't expect you to solve the case this quickly.
今日の調査で分かったことはそれぐらいだね。
Sounds like that's a wrap on our investigation for the day.
情報の整理きちんとしていかなくちゃ。お互い助け合いましょうね。
It feels like comparing notes really helped. We're working well together.
そうだね。
I agree.
期待しているよ、二人とも。
I'm counting on you both.
では明日も手分けして調査を進めよう。
Alright, let's split up and continue the investigation
私
tomorrow.
は佐々木くんが通っていた中学校へ情報収集に行ってみます。
I'll head to escape.
僕は引き続き 警察署で情報を集めます。
I think I'll see what else I can get from the police.
頼んだよ。
Excellent. Good luck out there. Chapter 2 Disappearance. Police station.
鎌田警部、お疲れ様です。
Thanks for taking the time to meet Inspector Kamada.
おお、君か。昨日は来てくれたのに席を外していてすまんかったの。
Oh, so sorry I wasn't available yesterday when you stopped by.
いえ、お忙しいと思いますから。今はお話を伺っても大丈夫ですか？
It's alright. Really busy. But if you have a few minutes now.
もちろんじゃ。何でも聞いてくれて構わんぞ。ここじゃなんじゃし、奥の部屋にでも移動するかの。
Yes, of course, you can ask me anything, but let's head to the back room first.
はい。
Sounds good.
いかがですか？佐々木英介の事件の捜査は。
So what's the latest on the investigation? Any more info on the victim? Well...
残念ながら新しい情報は入ってきておらん。科捜研に頼んどる紙袋の鑑定も結果待ちなんじゃよ。
I'm afraid we don't have much new info, but forensics is still taking a look at that paper bag. Okay. So, let's be sure to save right here. Alright. Okay, so let's ask him details. Paper bag.
その紙袋が古いものだったようだと小耳に挟んだのですが。
I heard that the paper bag itself seemed like it might have been old. Is that true?
よく知っとるの。まだ鑑定結果は出ておらんが。
I can't really say until we get the results, but
どれくらい古いものなのかはじきにはっきりするじゃろう。
we'll know soon enough. Okay, let's see if there's any more.
いつ頃のものなのかは結果待ちじゃの。
We're waiting on results. Okay, what about observation?
今回の山はなかなかの難事件じゃよ。
This is just a difficult case. Okay. Can we think?
あの紙袋がどれくらい古いものなのかまだ分かってない。
Still don't know how old that paper bag is.
18年前に情報を伏せた理由を聞いておこう。
Let's find out why they didn't tell anyone about it 18 years ago. Yeah, it's a good thing to ask, but sometimes they do that so that they've got information that they can use when the killer can expose themselves. Murders from 18 years ago.
18年前の事件では紙袋のことを伏せていたそうですね。
I
公
understand
開し
that
な
you
かった
kept
理由をご存知だと聞いたのですが。
I understand you kept the paper bag a secret in the previous case, is that right?
ああ、わしは事件の捜査を担当しておったからの。
That's right, I was in charge of the investigation and it was my call. Hold on, guys. Okay. Nothing important. See, that's right, I was in charge of the investigation and it was my call.
そうだったんですね。
I see.
当時紙袋の情報を公開しなかったのはあまりにも異様な手口だったからじゃ。
And we had good reason, it was a big scandal anyway. But if all the bizarre details had leaked...
下手に世間を刺激しすぎて捜査に支障が生じないように曖昧な表現にとどめたんじゃよ。
Well, it just seemed best not to rile folks up about details. Could have slowed down our investigation.
世間を刺激しないためですか？
Trying not to rile folks up. Okay, that might be something to think about, so let's try. Let's keep asking the inspector important questions. Alright, so nothing else. So let's keep asking about this case from 18 years ago.
捜査に支障が生じないよう曖昧な表現にとどめたんじゃよ。
Like I said, we kept details secret. Don't need people freaking out and slowing down the investigation. Okay, so nothing new there.
今
Observations.
回の山はなかなかの難事件じゃよ。つくづく
Okay, so he said the same thing again. Paper bag.
君にも見せたじゃろう。紙袋をかぶった被害者の写真を。
I showed you the showed you the photo of the victim with the paper bag, right?
あんなもん見たら真似するやつは絶対に出てくるもんなんじゃ。
If that got out to the public, there's a chance someone would try to copy it. Yeah, that's a good reasoning, but it's already an urban legend, so people can already copy it. So let's try to
鎌
think.
田警部から話聞きは。
Okay, more of them.
とはいえ18年前の事件の犯人は結局見つかっていないようですよね。
My understanding is that we never caught the killer who committed those crimes 18 years ago. Is that right?
恥ずかしながらその通りじゃ。
Yeah, it still haunts me to this day.
恥ずかしついでに君にもう少しだけ18年前の事件について話しておきたいことがある。
Hell, since the cat's out of the bag, let me share a few other shameful secrets with you.
お願いします。
Please go on.
3件の連続殺人事件の発生を許してしまった当時のわしらは
Well, in addition to the 3 tragic unsolved murders,
もう一人の犠牲者も出してはならんと懸命に捜査を続けたんじゃが
mind you, we worked that case hard. I didn't want to see any more lives lost on my watch.
実はここでさらなる展開が待っておった。
But something else slipped through our fingers. Oh?
ある一人の少年が行方不明になってしまったんじゃ。
Missing.
久世誠その少年の名前じゃ。
クゼ
Kuze, you said. Okay.
クゼのことクゼってまさか
Makoto Kuze, so are you saying?
そのまさかじゃ。
Yeah, it's exactly what you're thinking.
久世君の6歳年上のお兄さんなんじゃよ。当時まだ14歳じゃった。
He's Detective Kuze's older brother, 6 years older. He was 14 years old when he disappeared. And this was 18 years ago. So that would make him 32. this day, and if he's 32, that would make her 26.
彼もまた同一犯の犠牲になったのではと。
I personally suspect that he was murdered by the same person.
わしら警察はそりゃもう落胆しての。
It was a tremendous blow to my team. Okay. So he's dead already. But that gives us Kuze's age. Which means that she's not likely the killer because she would have been 8 around the time.
幸いにもその後紙袋をかぶせられた奇妙な姿の遺体が新たに見つかることはなかったが
Fortunately, we never did find another victim in a paper bag like that until now.
それ以来久世誠は行方知れず
Unfortunately, we never found poor Makoto either. Oh, I see. So he was declared dead by absentia, so he could still be alive.
今現在も他の3件の事件と彼の失踪の関連性は分からずじまいなんじゃよ。
To this day, he's considered a missing person, but I think it's possible even like connection. Alright. Let's see if there's enough to think on that.
今鎌田警部は
Didn't Inspector Kamada just say,
その後紙袋をかぶせられた奇妙な姿の遺体が新たに見つかることがなく
they didn't find any more bodies with paper bags on their heads after that?
佐々木くんの遺体発見までの18年間同様の事件が途絶えてたってことなのか
Does that mean that until Eisuke was murdered, there had been no similar incidents for 18 years? That's a good thing to ask.
もしや誠さんの失踪以来連続殺人は途絶えたのでしょうか
So there weren't any other similar cases after Makoto's disappearance other than this one?
ほほう、さすがは宇津木さんのところの探偵さんじゃの。
I see Mr. Tsugi has trained you well.
さよう、久世誠の失踪を境に連続少女殺人事件が鳴りを潜めたんじゃよ。
That's right, since Makoto Kuze disappeared, we haven't seen any serial murders involving young girls. Quite the coincidence here. You could connect it to them. Connect the murders to him then. And with the possibility of him still being alive, it's likely that he's at it again. But we don't know for sure. This could just be a red herring. Ah.
もっとも、なぜ犯行が途絶えたのか分かってはおらん。
We're not sure why, but fortunately we haven't seen that sort of crime since then. Okay. Let's try asking more. The murders from 18 years ago and observations, huh?
久世誠が行方不明になって以来、新たな被害者は出ておらんのじゃよ。
For the record, there have been no new murder victims like this since Makoto Kuze went missing.
ああ、行方不明といえば、
Oh, there's another thing I should mention.
当時事件の関係者だと見られていた男がおったんじゃが、最初の事件と同時期に行方がわからなくなっておった。
We had a suspect at the time, but he disappeared shortly after the first murder.
最初の事件と同時期に。
Right after the first murder?
さよ、つまり連続少女殺人事件の周りで2件の失踪事件があったというわけじゃ。
Yeah, so there were 2 disappearances back then surrounding our
い
case.
ずれも事件とは無関係だとは考えにくい。わしはそう思った。
It feels like everything is connected, but we still have a few missing pieces, you know? Alright. Missing man.
その行方不明の男について何か情報はありますか？
Do you have any more information about the man who went missing?
行方不明の男と連続殺人事件の最初の犠牲者は知り合いだったんじゃよ。
I suppose so. Turns out that he knew the first victim from the serial girl murder case.
よく二人で会っとったようじゃぞ。
They had apparently been meeting up frequently.
じゃが、最初の犠牲者の遺体が発見されたのと同じ日に
Anyhow, the same day the body of the first victim was found,
その男のアパートの部屋におびただしい量の血痕が残されているのが発見されてな。
we found a disturbing amount of blood in the man's apartment. Oh?
それもあって男は最初の事件に巻き込まれて負傷したと考えられておった。
We thought that perhaps the man was injured in some kind of altercation relating to the murder.
同時にその男が犯人であるという線も消えてはおらん。
It's also possible that he himself is the killer.
男は未だ行方知れず、真相は闇の中じ
But he's still missing along with the truth.
ゃ。連続少女殺人事件との関係なんぞなんもわからんままなんじゃよ。
I'm afraid we weren't able to establish a connection between him and the series of murders. Okay, let's see anything else. No. Let's see if we have enough to think on and then try observations.
18年前の事件では2人の人物が失踪していたのか。
So there were 2 missing people involved in the case 18 years ago.
1人は部屋に多量の血痕を残したまま姿を消した連続事件の最初の被害者と親しかったらしい男。
One was a man who apparently knew the victim. They found blood in his apartment after he
そ
disappeared.
してもう1人はあの久世刑事のお兄さん。
And the other was Detective Kuze's brother.
その久世誠さんは18年前の事件のタイミングで行方不明になったということか。
Makoto Kuze has been missing this whole time.
鎌田警部は幼い頃の久世刑事に会ったことがあるのか。
I wonder if Inspector Kamada ever met Detective Kuze as a child. Okay. About Kuze.
久世君のことは彼女が幼い頃から知っとるんじゃが、わしのことを覚えてるかはわからん。
I've known Detective Kuze since she was a kid, but I don't think she remembers me much from those
しかし
years.
な、立派に成長したもんでな。
She sure has grown up, though.
自他ともに厳しく冷静沈着で優秀な刑事じゃよ、彼女は。
She's tough and sharp as a tack. Great detective. Okay.
ただ
It's just...
ただ
just what?
久世君が少々無理をしとるようにわしには思えての。
I think Kuze's working a bit too hard.
常に張り詰めて自分を追い込んどるように見えてならんのじゃよ。
It feels like she's tense all the time, always pushing.
お兄さんの失踪が何か関係があるのかもしれんが。
It's gotta be tough. A brother from a young age, you weighing on her.
わしにはようわからん。ただの推測じゃ。
But what do I know? I'm no shrink. Let's keep asking him more questions. Observations and murders from 18 years ago. That makes the most sense. But we could ask him more about that. I want to do observations. Two sniffle. Whoa.
すまんの。埃っぽくてついな。
Sorry about that, it's a little dusty in here.
なんせ例の紙袋が使われた連続少女殺人事件は18年も前の事件じゃから。
See, these cold cases sit in files, gathering dust over the years. 18 years is a lot of dust.
今必死になって保管庫の奥から資料を掘り起こしておるんじゃよ。そのせいで少々。
I've been sifting through the archives for any information that might help us out with this case.
いや、かなり部屋が埃っぽくなっておるんじゃ。
Hence all the dust. Okay. So these two are the ones I want to go through. Let's see about... There's more on Kuze.
久世君は佐々木英介の事件の捜査で早速あちこち飛び回っているようじゃの。
Kuze's already on the Saki case, as you know.
常に全力で仕事に取り組む頼もしい刑事じゃよ、彼女は。
She's the best we've got, reliable and always gives her all. Okay. So, we'll check out Aisuke's case.
佐々木英介の事件18年前の事件の犯人は同一人物だと思いますか？
Is it possible that Aisuke was killed by the same person who killed the others 18 years ago?
そりゃあその可能性は否定できん。模倣犯による犯行という線も考慮すべきじゃろう。しかし。
Well, we can't rule it out, but we should consider the possibility of a copycat. However, that was the same thinking I had earlier.
当時紙袋に関する情報公開を差し控えたことを考えると模倣犯の可能性は低いじゃろうな。
Since certain details about the crime were never made public, a copycat is pretty unlikely. Yeah. You say that, but what about the urban legends?
過去の事件は10代の少女ばかりじゃった。しかし今回の被害者は男の子じゃ。さらに。
And there's the manner of the victims. Why target girls then and a boy now?
もう一点、18年前の事件と相違点があるんじゃ。
And there's one more critical difference. Do you know what it is? Let's see. We don't know what the paper bag was made of, so this one makes the most sense. The victims were killed in a different manner. Because they were the same cause of death, just different ways of going on about it.
殺害方法が違うのでは？
The victims were killed in a different manner.
おお、今回の事件の情報をしっかり把握しとるようじゃの。大したもんじゃ。
That's right, you seem to have a pretty good handle on this case already.
連続殺人事件は素手による犯行。一方の佐々木英介は紐状のもので首を絞められと。
As you said, the serial murders were committed barehanded while Aisuke was strangled with a cord.
とはいえ、殺害方法というものはその時の状況などで変わるのが普通じゃ。
Of course, the killer could deviate from his modus operandi in the heat of the moment. We can't rule that out.
犯人の加齢等でも変化するもんじゃから同一犯ではないという判断には結びつかんのじゃよ。
And if we're chasing the same perp, he's now 18 years older than he was. Maybe his methods changed over time. Kamada here seems like a reasonable detective, but that's to be expected here. Since this is a game, and we're in the middle of an investigation, it's not like the Sherlock stories where the police are incompetent.
なるほど、そうなんですね。
I see. Okay. So that was kind of a lot to think about. Let's try the murders from 18 years ago.
今考えても謎が多い事件じゃ。
I still can't figure it all these years later, so nothing helpful there. Let's see if they can.
今のところ2つの事件の共通点は例の紙袋だけか。そして紙袋の家はエミの都市伝説。
It all seems like it's coming back to that Smiling Man urban
そうい
legend.
えば鎌田警部はエミオのことを知っているのかな。
Come to think of it, has Inspector Kamada heard of the Smiling Man? It's a good thing. So yes, we'll see what he heard of.
ところで鎌田警部はエミオという都市伝説をご存知でしょうか。
By the way, are you familiar with the urban legend known as the Smiling Man?
エミオ？なんじゃそりゃ。
The Smiling Man? No, what the hell is that?
微笑みの笑みに男と書いてエミオなんですが。
Well, it relates to the paper bags you found on these victims. Paper bags with smiley faces on them.
泣いている女の子の前に現れ永遠の笑顔をあげると言って声をかけた相手を殺してしまうんだそうです。
A man with such a bag on his face would never... No, such a bag on his face would appear in front of a crying girl and threaten to give her a smile forever.
殺された被害者はエミオと同じ紙袋をかぶせられたまま
The victims are said to be found in the same type of paper bag with a crude smiley face drawn on it.
なんとそんな都市伝説があるんか。
Are you serious? That's a real urban legend? Let's see. So let's keep asking him about it.
いかにも18年前の事件が元になったような噂じゃの。
This Smiling Man thing, it sure does seem like those murders could have been an inspiration behind it.
でも紙袋のことは報道規制していたんですよね。
But you said the information about the paper bags was never made public, right?
さよ、警察としてはそういった無責任な話が広がるのは勘弁じゃ。
That's it would have been irresponsible.
しかし第一発見者から噂が広がった可能性もある。笑顔が描かれた紙袋という共通点がある以上。
But you know, there are a lot of people at a crime scene. The paper bag thing could have leaked.
どこかで繋がっとるのかもしれんの。
I wouldn't rule out a connection.
あるいはこの都市伝説を模した愉快犯の可能性。
It could even be the reverse and the killer was copying this legend.
こりゃいろいろ厄介な事件になりそうじゃわい。
This whole thing is such a mess.
おっと、もうこんな時間か。そろそろ捜査に戻らんとな。
Well, it's getting late. I should get back to the investigation.
そろそろ失礼しようかな。
I should probably excuse myself as well.
あ、そうだ。昨日はあまり遺体発見現場の確認もできなかったし、そっちに行ってみよう。
Let's head to the scene of the crime so I can take a look at the spot where the body was found.
何か聞きそびれたことはないよな。
But first, was there anything I forgot to ask? Let's see, let's go ahead and go through most of these before we travel.
今考えても謎が多い事件じゃ。
Okay, nothing new there.
今回の山にはいつも以上に気合が入っとるようじゃの。
There's just something about this case though, she's heavily invested in it. Well, yeah. With a sibling like that involved, I'm wondering why you put her on the case.
18年前の事件とのつながりはあるのかの。
I have to wonder if there's a connection to the cult case from 18 years ago. Okay.
僕、そろそろおいとましようと思うんですが、他に話していただけることってあるでしょうか？
Well, I think I'll be on my way now unless there's anything else you can share with me.
そうじゃの。
Let's see.
そういえば昨日はわしの代わりに上原くんが対応したんじゃろ。
Now that you mention it, you did speak to Kamihara. Yeah,
そうです。
right.
久世くんはいつも以上に今回の事件の捜査に力が入っとるようじゃから。
I know Detective Kuze is taking this case
彼
personally,
女の相棒の上
and
原くんは
that might be putting that might be putting a lot of pressure on him as her partner. Ooh, so something did come up. Kamihara.
変わった男じゃよ。そそっかしくてチャラチャラしとると君も思ったじゃろ。
What do you think about Kamihara? Odd duck, isn't he?
あは
To
図星。
say the least.
しかしああ見えて上原くんはなかなか優秀な刑事なんじゃぞ。
But you know, he gets results. Kamihara is a pretty good detective after all.
頭も切れるし勘も良い。ただし射撃の腕は最悪じゃが。
He's smart and he's got good instincts. Terrible shot though. Okay. So that's that one. Let's see about thinking.
刑事の意外な素顔を知った気分。
I sure am learning a lot of surprising things about Detective Kamihara. Okay. Well, about him more.
君も見たじゃろうが、奴はしょっちゅう久世くんに怒られとる。
Well, you must have seen how he gets on with Detective Kuze. As in, not well.
そうでしたね。
Haha, yeah.
昨日はここでも怒られてました。
She ripped into him again yesterday while I was here.
じゃが、
But at the end of the day,
正反対な者同士に見えて、あれでなかなかの名コンビなんじゃぞ。
they may seem like opposites, but they're quite the duo.
上原くんは先輩の久世くんを心から慕っとる。
Yeah, believe it or not, Kamihara looks up to Kuze like a mentor.
いつも張り詰めとる久世君はその上原君に随分救われとるようじゃよ。
Meanwhile, Kuze is tightened like a coil. She needs that loose energy that Kamihara brings.
ああ見えて上原君とコンビになって周囲への当たりがソフトになったんじゃぞ久世君は。
Since the two of them started working together, Detective Kuze is really mellowed out.
上原君のお手柄じゃの。
Credit where it's due. I think that Kamihara's that's Kamihara's influence. Okay. Let's try thinking again before we travel, because that's what I think.
っていうこともあるのかな。
Opposites work well together, I guess I can see it. Let's go ahead and travel. Scene of the crime, huh? That's a good place to go.
鎌田警部、今日はありがとうございました。僕もそろそろ失礼します。
Thank you so much for your time, Inspector Kamada. I should be on my way now.
おお、また何かあればいつでも寄ってくれ。
Sure thing. If you need anything else, just stop by.
はい、ありがとうございます。
I will, thank you.
そういえば君は今いくつなんじゃ？
By the way, how old are you now, so?
え、僕ですか？19ですけど。
I'm 19, sir.
ということは連続少女殺人事件についてはよく知らんというわけか。
So you wouldn't have heard about those previous murders at the time they were committed.
はい。なので今情報を集めているところです。
No, sir, just trying to learn everything I can now.
初めて触れるからこそ気づけることもあるはずじゃ。その新たな視点で調査に取り組んでほしい。
I'm glad to hear you're approaching this investigation with the right
君
attitude.
のような新しい存在が事件解決の鍵になると思っておるんじゃよ。
I'm hopeful that you'll bring an outsider's perspective to it. Might be the key to I wouldn't word that like that. I'd say might be the key to solve our case. But he is right, an outsider's perspective can help in these things.
わかりました。ご期待に添えるように頑張ります。
Yes, sir, I'll do my best.
うん、頼りにしとるぞ。
Good, I'm counting on you.
はい。
Yes, sir.
ところで今からはどこへ向かうのじゃ？
Where are you headed next, by the way?
今から遺体発見現場に行ってみようと思うのですが。
Well, I
で
was
しょうか。
wondering if I could take another look at the crime scene. Do you mind?
いや、それはならん。
I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
嘘じゃよ。なんだ問題はない。君らは特別じゃ。
Just pulling your leg, rookie. You're a part of Utsugi Detective Agency, so you get full access.
ありがとうございます。
Oh, thank you.
まだ封鎖の跡が残っとるやもしれんが、奥まで入ってくれて構わん。
Some locations may be taped off, but you can ignore that. Go ahead and investigate.
ただし、
Just, yes?
久世君には内緒じゃぞ。
Don't tell Kuze. Scene of the crime, huh?
この奥に佐々木英介の遺体が発見されたポンプ場があるんだな。
Here's the pump station where Isasaki's body was
鎌
found.
田警部の許可ももらったし、よし、入ってみよう。
I've got the green light from Inspector Kamada. Time to check it out. Pumping
本部
station.
長だ。佐々木くんの遺体はここで発見された。
The body was found around here.
朝早くに通りかかった人が異様な姿で横たわる佐々木くんを見て通報してきたそうだけど。
An early morning passerby saw him lying strangely on the ground and called the police.
相当驚いただろうな、きっと。
I'm sure that was a terrible shock.
発見者はなぜここを通りかかったんだろう。
Why would anyone have passed by here? Okay. Well, we're alone, so let's check the surroundings.
寂しい場所だな。
It's a lonely place. Okay. So let's do here.
佐々木くんの遺体はこのフェンスの前に横たわっていたらしい。
I think Eisuke's body was found in front of this fence.
こんな寂しい場所で奇妙な紙袋をかぶせられた姿で。
What a lonely place. I can't help but imagine him with that terrible paper bag on his head. Okay. Do
特に気
that.
になるものはない。
Nothing of particular concern here. Let's check the bush.
茂みに変わったところはないようだ。
Bushes seem normal.
踏みつけられていたり倒れていたりするところも見当たらない。
No signs of trampling or anything knocked over. This is why I say that this is kind of like Ace Attorney, more so the ones where you actually do investigation.
この中ってどうなってるんだろう。妙に興味がそそられてしま
What's going on in here? I'm strangely intrigued.
う。よし、裏に回ってみよう。
Okay, let's have a look around back.
裏からポンプ場を見ても何もわからなかったけど。
I didn't see anything out of place from the back of the pumping station, but
この施設は反対側からも出入りできるんだな。
there's a path leading to the back side of the facility.
ここで行き止まりじゃないんだな。だったら
So this isn't a dead end after all.
通報者は近道しようとしてここを通りかかったのかな。
I wonder if the person who found the body came through here as some kind of
他
shortcut.
には特に気になるところはないな。
I don't see anything else of
そ
interest.
れにしても
Still, it's
不
pretty
気味な場所
spooky.
だ。物陰からエミオがこちらの様子を見ている。
I almost feel like the smiling man is watching me from the shadows.
一体何者がここで佐々木英介君を。
Who could have come here and done such a terrible thing to Eisuke Sasaki? Okay. See anything
人の気
else?
配はない。
No one's around. Let's try thinking and then use the phone.
ここにはもう手がかりになりそうなものはないみたいだ。
Think there are any clues here.
バスに乗って駅まで戻ろう。
Let's take the bus back to the office. Alright. Go back to the office.
次にバスが来るのは。
Let's see, the next bus is arriving
1時間後
in an hour.
参ったな。
Oh no.
駅まで歩いた方が早いかもしれないな。
It might be faster to walk back.
よー探偵くん、お仕事ご苦労様です。
Ayo, boy detective, looks like you're working hard on our case. Thanks.
上原刑事、お疲れ様です。
Oh, Detective Kamihara, I should actually be thanking you.
なんか新たに気づいたこととかある？
Oh, please, anyway, what's up? Notice anything new?
探偵的な視点でないとわからない情報とかあったら、ぜひご提供を。
If you found something different, maybe thanks to your private investigator mindset, please let me know.
いえ、それが特にこれと言ってなく。
I'm afraid I didn't find much.
そっか。また何かあったら教えてよ。
Ah, well, let me know if you do find something, or if I can help in any way.
刑事なのに。
Isn't he supposed to be one of the primary investigators? Alright. Let's see. We're closing in on time, so we'll just see how far it gets us to get to the next scene. So, ask him about himself and the case, huh?
僕は今から署に戻るところなんだけど。
I'm on my way back to the station, but...
ね
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the case here.
捜査の方は順調なんですか？
How's the investigation going on your side?
え。いやー、なかなか進まなくってさ。探偵くんが気にしてくれてるのにね。
I'm kinda stalled out, but don't worry about me, boy detective.
もちろん何か分かったら探偵くんには何だって教えちゃう。
Anyway, if I find anything, I'll share the info with... Oh, never mind. Huh? Well, you have me curious now.
捜査上の機密っていうのがあるんだよね。
Haven't you heard of confidentiality? I can't actually share more info with you.
今日はまともなこと言ってる。
Well, now he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Observations.
何か新しく気づいたこととかないですか？
Have you noticed anything new here?
すごく見られているような。
Why is he staring at me so intensely?
探偵くん、
Well, boy detective.
はい。
Yes?
髪切った。
You got a haircut, didn't you? What does that have to do with anything, Kamihara?
来てませんけど。
What? I didn't, but...
あれ？違ったか。人が何か気づいたことあるって聞いてくるときは髪を切ったときかなって思ってさ。
Dang it, usually that's what people are looking for when they ask if you noticed something new. We're asking about the crime scene, Kamihara. In case... Oh boy. Let's try thinking.
なんだか様子がおかしいような。
Something seems off about him. We'll ask him about that again. Okay, so he won't talk there. Okay, he won't talk there.
気づいたことっていうか、僕は探偵くんに気づいてほしいことが。
Since you asked me about noticing things, there is something that I'm hoping you notice.
上原刑事は髪を切ったってこと
Did he cuz hair? It
なわ
looks
けないか。
exactly the same. Let's see. Try
昨
thinking.
日より様子がおかしい。
Is he being even stranger than he was yesterday? Okay, nothing. 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 Okay. Let's see his face.
様子がおかしいのはいつもだったりして。
I wonder if he's always been this way.
ところで今はバス待ち？ああ、この路線本数少ないんだよね。
For a bus, you know they don't come by very often.
はい。時刻表を見てびっくりしました。これは駅まで歩いた方が早いかなと考えてたところで。
I was actually just thinking how it would be faster to walk back to the office.
よせよせ、結構な距離あるし、歩道もないから危ないし。
Nah, you don't want to do that. You'd get all sweaty, not a good look. It's good for your health though, Kamihara.
そうですよね。
Yeah, you're probably right.
できれば乗せてやりたいんだけど。
Well, I'd give you a ride if I could.
ね。
But yeah. Let's try thinking a bit more.
様子がおかしい。
Okay, so that's still the same thing. Ask him. No, nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. We already looked at his face, so let's do engage.
なになに？
What is it? Try again.
なになに？
He repeated, so no. Use phone.
今かけるのはやめておこう。
Let's call anyone now.
昨日
Think.
より様子がおかしい。
Okay, still the same thing. Okay, so let's look at our notes here. Okay, this is about the same. Let's see. There were no reports of trouble with his family. It seems like Eisuke may have been talking to someone on the phone just before he died. Alright. Let's see. Anything new? Inspector Kamada also led the investigation into the serial murders of girls 18 years ago. At that time of those killings, the info about the paper bags was not released to avoid alarming the public. Okay. Kamada said there were 2 disappearances 18 years ago as well. Makoto Kuze and a man who knew the first victim. He thinks that the missing men may be connected to the murders 18 years ago somehow. He didn't know about the urban legend of Emio The Smiling Man until he heard it from me. Okay. Alright. New stuff. Let's see, Kuze works for Investigative Division 1 on the police force. She has an older brother named Makoto who disappeared 18 years ago. Detective Kuze is a strict and thorough detective, but according to co-workers, she pushes herself a bit too hard at times. Her current work partner is Detective Kamihara. Okay. Okay, so now we know his age. It's 24 years old. So he's definitely not responsible for it from that long ago. see, Kamihara is working the Iget case. He was in elementary school at the time of the serial murders of girls 18 years ago. He didn't know about the paper bags he found on victims. He had never heard of the unborn. He had never heard of the urban legend Emio The Smiling Man. Seems he admires a certain officer at the Kofuku police station. He's Detective Kusei's partner. Kamihara comes off as a bit odd and even careless, but he's a good detective with sharp instincts according to Kamada. However, his shooting skills are the worst. Okay, let's see. We know that he's the urban legend. And then appears in front of the victims. Tells the girls they don't have to cry anymore because he will give them a permanent smile, and he kills them. The story goes the Smiling Man leaves his victims where they were killed with the same type of paper bag on their heads that he wears. But we don't know if the pumping station was where Iget was killed. The story of the Smiling Man is eerily reminiscent of the real series of murders that took place 18 years ago. Some say that if you laugh when you meet him, the Smiling Man won't kill you. Others say if you see his face, he will kill you. Okay. Makoto Kusei, 32 years old. Junko Kusei's older brother. He disappeared 18 years ago and hasn't been seen since. Makoto disappeared around the time of the serial murders of girls. No new victims have surfaced, but a connection is unclear. Okay. Missing man. Unknown. A man was missing around the time of the serial murders of girls 18 years ago. He knew the first victim. On the day the first victim's body was found, he disappeared, leaving behind a disturbing amount of blood in his apartment. Okay. And then we know that one. Know that one. And then we know that one. But we'll see if there's anything new. Nope. Nothing new on you. Okay, so that's all the notes. Let's think. Okay, nothing there. Surroundings. Detective Kamihara's car is parked here. Okay. Let's take a look at his face again. Things here. Let's see, seems like he's fidgeting an awful lot and looking at his car. Let's see, keep looking at him. Looking at his car, so maybe a thinking. Same as before. Use phone. Let's not call anyone. Call and engage. What is it? Alright. We're gonna try asking him some things again. If not, I might call it here because it's time. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Alright. I'm gonna save here. Not where I want to be because I might get lost and frustrated, but we'll just save here and call it. Alright. So, I thank you all for coming. If you liked this, be sure to leave, and you're watching on YouTube, leave a like and share this with anybody else that you think might like this. If you'd like the chance to chill with me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button, notification to hopefully be notified when I'll be streaming next. If you're on Twitch, you know what to do. And as for when I'll be streaming again, I don't know. I usually have plans in one of the 2 coming days, so I'll likely announce that later on my community tab when I've got a better idea of that over on YouTube. And with that, let's go ahead and try and find somebody to raid. I would typically raid people doing the same game, but considering what this is, we're gonna see about other places. Okay. Raging Buckeye is on. So, even though he's playing a different game than me, likely, it'll still be nice to raid him. He's doing Valheim. He's a very nice streamer, and I enjoy talking to him and hanging with him. So let's give him a raid. Alright. Be sure to give him my regards. And with that, I thank you all again for coming. Bye!